just fallen over Berlin, and while roaming through the streets, I've noticed a lot of vegan restaurants here in the city. That makes me curious, so I've arranged to meet somebody who should know all about it at a restaurant called Chips.
Hallo. Hi, Nicole. Grüße Sie, Sonja.
Sonja Reifenhäuser is a nutritionist and food coach. Chips is a vegetarian restaurant with a wide selection of vegan dishes, so it's right in line with the times. Sonja, a lot of people know what vegetarianism is about, but what exactly does it mean to lead a vegan lifestyle?
A vegan diet is plant-based. That means completely abstaining from consuming animal products, including sausage, cheese, eggs, meat, and fish. Vegans refrain from eating animal products or buying products that have been tested on animals. That includes flavor enhancers made from animal products. So when you're buying food items, you've really got to take a look at the list of ingredients.
That sounds quite complicated. Why do you think that more and more people are nonetheless opting for a vegan diet?
I think it's partly due to media coverage about how animals are raised and how food products are made. People are asking whether some kinds of food are really good for us. And we've seen new diseases and allergies cropping up. For people who are concerned about these things, a vegan diet offers an excellent alternative.
Why do you think this trend is especially pronounced in large cities?
Big cities are very pluralistic. There's a lot going on, and there's a multicultural influence. You can see that clearly in Berlin, which is Germany's vegan capital. There are a lot of different influences here, a lot of visionary people. It's also home to a lot of startups. We're keen to try new things. I also think there's more awareness here in Berlin.
What do you say to people who consider vegan cuisine boring?
I'd say they haven't really tried it. I use lots of different vegetables and herbs. I find different varieties at the organic market. Vegan food is really more creative and diverse than you might think.
How popular is it with Berlin's star chefs? Has it caught on with them?
We've seen a clear trend recently. You can find vegan dishes on any menu, even in the finest restaurants. More and more people are trying vegan food and asking for it in restaurants. And the chefs are working to meet that demand.
Thanks for talking to us.
Whether it's vegan or standard cuisine, Berlin is one of Germany's gourmet capitals. One of the city's top chefs is Daniel Achilles. He and his restaurant Rheinstoff consistently receive top marks from European food critics. But Achilles isn't the only chef in Berlin who's won international acclaim. The German capital has made it to the first division when it comes to fine dining.
Berlin is a real melting pot of cuisine and contemporary cooking. Chefs continually watch the trends developing around the world. And of course, they look at what the guest wants and can enjoy.
Not so long ago, eating out in Berlin was a hit-or-miss affair. The city was primarily known for curry-wurst and doner kebab. Berlin rarely featured on gourmets' maps. The Berlin Wall limited resources for chefs in the former West. Getting fresh and regional food was nearly impossible. In communist East Berlin, meanwhile, top-notch restaurants were basically non-existent. Not even hotels catering to foreign diplomats could offer gourmet food.
The city was transformed after the fall of the wall. It had to rediscover itself all over. That provided plenty of room for young chefs and new ideas, and for international cuisine and experiments.
It all began in 2000 with the opening of Margot. Chef Michael Hoffmann has been setting new standards here for 14 years. After him, more chefs followed. Christian Lohse has been wowing diners at Fischer's Fritz since 2004. Hendrik Otto at the Lorenz Adlon has 2 Michelin stars and now 18 points in the new Gourmet. For all these top chefs, Berlin is a source of inspiration.
It's the liveliest and most exciting culinary scene anywhere. In the mid-range segment that's evolved in Berlin, just below a 1-star rating, there's a lot of really interesting development. And that's what makes Berlin special.
The most innovative among Berlin's top chefs is Tim Rauer. He's earned 19 out of a possible 20 gourmet points. But Rauer does see one major problem here. Restaurant patrons in the German capital can be a little on the stingy side.
Diners in Berlin aren't prepared to pay the same as they would in Munich, Paris, London, or Rome. That's what our top chefs are up against when they're preparing world-class cuisine.
As restaurateurs respond to diners' needs, smaller establishments have emerged with specific concepts. A Jewish eatery, Reuben and Carla, specializes in meat dishes like pastrami and tagliata. And the Pauli Saal, located in a former school building, is the place for roasts and other traditional fare. Berlin, a gourmet metropolis.